So did you know that 70% of creatives run into imposter syndrome at some point in their career? Let's talk about how to overcome that today. So in this video, we'll talk about photography's community's imposter syndrome problem and how it causes you to hinder your growth and your confidence. The imposter syndrome problem really does stop you from actually posting anything because you're not confident that it's going to be good enough. So you start comparing yourselves to others, and you'll start doing perfectionism and being like, this isn't as good as someone else's. This isn't as well polished. I'm not getting as many likes as this other person that had a similar photo. There's some people that actually can work the algorithm possibly, but it's not even just that your photo's not good enough. It's the thing is that you are the one stopping yourself from creating, and that's the worst part about it. And some people, maybe they have a lot of followers, like say Brandon Woeful, which actually has talked about how he feels as though he's an imposter sometimes. Even though he has millions of followers and gets all sorts of likes on his photos, he's talked about how he still struggled with it even with today when he's making brand deals and things like that with it. It's not just you. So don't believe that you're alone, and if you want to talk about it with other photographers. They will also express the same problem. So we've already talked about the root cause being that it's comparison to others, perfectionism, and maybe even societal influences. But how can we overcome it? Well, this is really just personal experience, but how I've overcome it now, and it's taken me years to finally figure it out, so I'm hoping this helps a lot of people, is that I started journaling. I started being honest with myself. I started talking about, writing down the things that are in my head, made it make sense, and then I made lists on how to correct those problems. And that's something that I think not a lot of people do. And I believe it helps a lot. And it may not just be an imposter syndrome, it may help with other problems too. And for some reason, using my phone, because I use my phone and my computer a lot to type out things, but for some reason writing it down physically and having just a pen and paper with me was something that changed it all for me. Maybe it's me being old school, but I believe that writing it down physically helps you put the thoughts into words at a slower pace, because if you're typing on a keyboard, sometimes I can type faster than I can write. So I don't really think about it as much, I just kind of throw it onto the document. So a good expression of this for me in a powerful way is that the first video I did is coming back from 4 years. I'll be honest, I was not happy entirely with how it came out, but I posted it anyway. You know why? Because you have to start. You have to start, and you just have to keep going. Because if you give up and you stop, it's real easy to not do it anymore. So if it's something that you're passionate about, you just have to go with it. You have to hit the fear in the face, and you have to keep going. I know a lot of people, it's probably been said to death by a lot of other people, but I wholeheartedly believe it. It's been hard to accept it, but that's the thing is that you need to get out of your head, get something on paper, and just use your camera to make images, no matter if you think they're the best or they're going to garner lots of attention or what. Because the thing is that we need more creatives and people that have positive ideas for the future, and the ones that want to continue on and do this. You can't just let yourself fall by the wayside and give up, because it feels like dying, honestly. If you're not creating and you're not having fun with it, it feels like dying. Because I'll say that even though that first video I made, coming back after 4 years, wasn't great, I felt so happy when I hit the upload button. In summary here, let's talk about the key points here. You gotta throw out the perfectionism, throw out the comparison to others, and you have to throw out any kind of societal pressures you feel. Put your material out there and just create. And the last thing I really want to know is, I want to hear your own personal experiences. It may not have to be necessarily photography, just something in your life that you've held back and you're not happy about. I would love to hear a lot of your stories. I would love to respond to them. And even my old videos on photography tips and stuff like that are old, they're still worthwhile today if you want to check them out. And hit a like or dislike on this video, and I would ask you to consider subscribing for more content. Make sure you ring the bell so you get my notifications when they come through, and I hope to see you in the next video. I think we should, shoot. Me from LA. Nothing at all because their stuff is not that good. And that's called imposter syndrome, of course, but 70%, you know. We know. We talked about it. It's already on this title. Testing of the mic and testing of the footage. See if it looks okay. Can I walk with this? Can I get closer to the camera? Does it work? Do I look okay? A survey done from